Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I am back in the basement on another Friday night. The quarterfinals have kicked off. We are halfway through the quarterfinals, and boy, what a day of football it was. I hope you all enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially not really having a dog in the race anymore. My teams are all out. So US is out, Mexico's out, Spain is out. So who am I supporting? I'm supporting Arsenal players coming home healthy. And we got another one coming home today, which is Gabriel Martinelli. And he sat on the bench the whole time, so he's safe there. Stupid decision by Tite. Marks has something else to say about that, some nonsense to say about that. So we'll bring him in a little bit. But yes, I'm wearing my lovely new Arsenal training top because it's time to get back to training. I got my arse up there, my arse hanging up. Got the ugliest kits I can find. I like this new top. I don't know what y'all think about it. It's got a little Rasta vibe to it, a little Jamaican vibe to it. Somebody mentioned that it does kind of look like an old school Man U one. I don't like that at all. And so
I can't wait, buddy.
Sorry, John.
Wait, buddy.
Happy Friday, everybody.
There you go.
Cheers, y'all. John's drinking the classic American cocktail there, and I am drinking Tex Hex. So today's drunk is brought to you by Tex Hex by Shiner Bock, a Texas beer, and this is their IPA. So I'm gonna try that, and It's called the Brujas Brew. So let's do it. Yeah. All right. So, what did we have today? We had World Cup quarterfinals. We kicked off the day with a crazy match between Croatia and Brazil. Went to extra time. I'm telling y'all right now, if y'all didn't put money on that one going to extra time, if not penalties, then you don't watch international football. Croatia is that team that constantly frustrates opponents and gets them to go to extra time. But before we get into all that, let me say what's up to all the Stoop crew members who are in the house already. Ben, Arizona. Wow, what a day, he says. Mo Master as well. I knew it. France are doing the twice in a row. We'll see. You got a big match tomorrow. Pin Cushion, good evening to you, sir. Director John, we already saw your lovely face. Macronomical, my fellow gunner down there. What is he saying? Zlatko Dalic, the Bill Belichick of the real football, lives on. He's the Croatian manager, by the way. Yes, sir. Well done and well played there. We'll get into all those managerial decisions there. Jimmy Bremer's Ghost, oi, oi. He says, Tite kept his best two subs on the bench throughout an entire quarterfinal. Says a lot, doesn't it? Who would be the second sub? Evan, let me know who that second sub is, because I know you're talking about Martinelli. Bremer's Ghost says, arrows going down on the kit isn't a good look. They're going up and down. This is a training top. This is our training top. This is our walkout top. Looks like a poor man's Norwich jersey. I'll take it. I'll take it. Little Josh Sargent action going on there on the Stoop, sponsored by Delia Smith. I don't know. Ander says the shirt looks like something from the 80s, and I love it. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. My family upstairs who says, why do you keep wasting money on the ugliest possible jerseys you can find? I like them. I don't know. I'm a kid from the 80s, so I'll take it. Scooby D2, good to see you as well. What a pass by Messi. What a lovely free kick by the Dutch. Oh, my extra time and a million yellow cards. Not good for England. Well, we will see. Tomorrow is the second half of the quarterfinals, where we get to see the Christmas derby, which is the red and green of Morocco versus the red and green of Portugal. I believe Morocco gets to wear red, so we'll see Portugal, I believe, in white. But that should be a hell of a match. Kantak just sent me his bet saying over 2.5 goals. I don't think so, my friend. Morocco, very much like Croatia, does not give up goals, and we saw that against Spain. We'll see if it's something different for Portugal, but Morocco still fighting in it. And then the second half of the day, where we will be live from Dram Shop in Brooklyn. We will be doing 3 live shows tomorrow, pre-match, halftime, and post-match of the France versus England. Huge quarterfinal. What?
We are?
Oh, yeah. Did you not know that, John?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's in the plans anyway. I mean, Mark and I are doing it, so we'll see if John can help us out. If not, it will be we will not be getting your comments on the screen if John isn't there to help us out. But it's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. Either way, I'll be repping my Saka kit. I will be halfway rooting for England and halfway rooting for Saka to come home safe. Actually, most of my rooting will be for nobody to hurt Bukayo Saka. But I got to say, I wouldn't mind seeing Saka go on further and possibly winning this. And y'all England fans saying that it's coming home. I mean, look, if my boy Saka is starting every single match and continues to score goals like that, let's do it, boys. Stay fit, and stay firing, and I will take that. But it's going to be squeaky bum time is beginning already for those England fans. So let's get my lovely co-host in here, and we'll get started with a little bit of football.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Mark,
I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I was to see what Mechanomical said with the second, I'm guessing he's referring to Guimage.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah,
Bruno Guimaraes.
I'm guessing that because otherwise, it's Danny. Well, Fred made the pitch.
Oh, he did.
Fred played. So it's either Danny Alvarez or Bruno Guimaraes. Either of those would be, but I'm gonna say it's Guimaraes.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that he's the guy that would be the other super sub. But you know, when basically everybody falls down the pecking order because Neymar comes back, you know, someone's going to get left out, and I really think that was the case today.
Well, let me tell you why I'm a little miffed by Tite's or however you say his name, Chi, how they say it sometimes.
Yeah, who cares? They're out, so we don't need to pronounce it right.
My issue with Brazil's substitutions today is they did 3 substitutions before extra time, and I know you get an additional one in extra time, but they did 3 single-man substitutions. You can bring in 5, and you're not able to break down Croatia. Why are you only changing it up? And they were like-for-like subs. You bring Vinny Jr. off. You bring, on the other side, Rafinha off. And yes, Rafinha wasn't very effective.
Rafinha had a terrible match.
And Anthony was very effective.
He was, but he came really close to being like tossed. I mean, well, he was making tackles that were very questionable, and not only that, but if there's an award in the World Cup for the biggest flopper of the cup, I would give it to him for his flopping around today. He was awful in that sense.
And there's something there that not to crack open the can of Gabriel Jesus this early, but there's something that I always hated about Jesus and I hated about Raheem Sterling was the amount of diving they did. And actually Gabriel Martinelli, he was a bit of a diver as well, and I hated that Brazilian style.
Yeah, I think it is that Brazilian style.
That Gabriel Martinelli and Jesus both for Arsenal have stopped a lot of that. Have stopped a lot of this diving, and they do get kicked a lot.
I would agree with you on Martinelli, but you still see it. You still see it with Jesus. Not as much as
he does get chopped down
with City.
A lot.
He just goes down. He goes down so easily. You know, it's that, you know, when you see people fall knee first, that's just a sign of, yeah, you felt the touch and you're going down. You know.
Yeah, possibly. But my issue with the substitutions was it's not working. You're not able to break them down. You need to bring something different. And he did these single changes. And then even in the end, it wasn't like any big change that switched it up and offered them anything different. Excuse me. And so that was just a little weird to me.
I for one, I mean, I don't think that I don't think I can fault the substitutions when you look at how late in the game all of this happened, you know, like how late in the game all these scores happened. You know, I think the substitutions were just the substitutions.
But no, you look at Croatia. Croatia, much different. They only made 2 subs in 2 windows before extra time. They had a plan. They knew it was going to extra time. They knew that was the thing. And then in extra time, they were able to change it around.
Yeah.
Change it around enough where as soon as they went down, they had 2 windows left, and they had like 3 players left, 4 players left that they could bring on.
Yeah.
And what they did was they brought on all of their attackers. And what they did was they got a goal back, and then they had great penalty takers.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you there. But I think if there was anything,
I think they got outmanaged. I
think if there was anything that was the downfall of Brazil was that Brazil, like they play once Neymar scored, and they felt that type of the way that Neymar scored that, which was an incredible goal. I mean, the give and go, the run around the keeper, the getting the ball by the defender who was basically on the line trying to cover for the Croatian keeper. I think Brazil kind of had this air of arrogance about them that felt that it's like, you know what, we're going to win this. This is just destined. And Croatia was just like, you know what, guys, we've done this. We're built for this. We did this all last World Cup. We even did it in to some extent in the Euros. We're built for this. We can come back. We just got to stick with what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a game plan. That's having a game plan. And to me, Croatia had a game plan the same way. To a certain extent, Netherlands had a bit of a game plan, or when the game plan wasn't working, they made the switches that allowed them to get back in the match. So, see, Casey agrees with me. Joining us from Facebook. Nice to see a Facebook comment on there. Yes, Brazil had a great team, but terrible coach. And I think where Brazil is was having a hard time in this World Cup is their midfield. They don't have a great midfield. They have a good defense, but an aging defense. And then they have numerous attackers, and that's tough to get right. As like when people say Pep Guardiola has all the best players, of course he's going to win everything. Having the best players does not mean you'll win everything. You have to manage them correctly.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's difficult. Then we got to the let's give a brief rundown of the Netherlands Argentina match. This was one where Argentina was having their way, and Netherlands switched it up and went full attack. And then in extra time, they went back to the way they were playing before. And yes, it kept Argentina out, but any one of those moments they could have scored. And what could Netherlands do at that point?
Yeah, I think in the case of that, it was an issue of Netherlands got fired the fuck up with all the physical contact, especially toward the end. And it just became this, you know, the Netherlands were like, oh yeah, you want to get physical? We will eat you. We're going to bring in our giant Voet. And Voet is going to eat you.
He's going to eat that little 5'2" defender that you have. Ridiculous seeing him line up with Lisandro Martinez.
Seriously, like when he played for Burnley, there was a thumbnail the post match between Brighton and Burnley, and this was before Cucurella went to Chelsea, and it's like Cucurella is like running, and Wout Weghorst is behind him, and it's just like this disproportionate size wise, and it was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, he's gonna fucking eat him. Oh, Scooby D2 is dishing out yellow cards. That's
we all got yellow cards.
Fantastic.
Because yellow, you know why? After tomorrow, they get wiped away. So we're good.
They get wiped away. So fantastic.
I'm pretty sure I got a red card a week ago anyway. So
I think you got 2 red cards and 3 yellows last week, but who's counting?
Yeah. I shouldn't have been on the pitch. Goodness gracious. Well, tomorrow we have England, and backstage we have some Englishmen, if that's what they're called. Do you think it's about time we bring some of those fellas in here?
I think we just open the doors and let everyone in.
Oh, they're not all Englishmen. We have a Scouser as well.
Hi guys.
What's going on,
hey,
David
what's going on, everybody?
Evening, everyone.
Ben from York and Chris from
Chris.
Dirty Jersey. Good to see all of you guys.
What's up?
How are you doing? All right.
Chris, I gotta say, don't be texting me stuff or tweeting Radiohead to me right before happy hour. I'm walking down getting set up, and he's like, "Oh, I forgot how good this song from the Bends was," and I'm like, "What?" And I put it on, and right away I'm like, "Oh my God, Radiohead!" I'm like, I'm back in high school. I've got it blasting in my ears. I come backstage, and I'm like, "How are you guys doing?" I just want to kill myself in such a happy way.
You know, honestly, the Bends is not that kind of. The Bends is not that kind of album. It's a little. I'm not saying that it's like their most happiest, but it is kind of like it's the one album that you want to sing along with. It's like when they got to Kid A, then it became like, oh fuck.
But this was like, in my eye, and you're like, oh, it's so good, and they start rocking out. Fucking love Radiohead, man. And the Bends doesn't get the love that, because a lot of people found Radiohead with Kid A, OK Computer, things like that, which are all fantastic.
Get back to the football.
Get back to the footballs. Yeah. We're talking about British people with bad teeth, so come on. Anyway, David, good to see you. They're Southerners. Yeah. David, Ben, good to see you guys as well. Let me ask you a quick question before we get into the covering all the things that happened today. You guys getting a little nervous about tomorrow?
No, I won't get nervous till we get to the final.
Personally, Ben doesn't give 2 shits because they've got Slabhead on the team, and he's not watching.
Look,
if England wins the World Cup with Harry Maguire, it didn't happen.
I'll be pissed off because he gets a medal. But look, obviously, I want England to win. But I'm not bothered if we don't, because I'm used to that. I know we've had a nice sort of couple of last 2 tournaments, but they let us down in final, and then the semi-final severely. Do you know? For me, it's just England disappoint. So I won't get too excited. I won't get too disappointed.
It's like being a Leeds fan.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Leeds Man City. That's it.
Nah. Yeah, I think that if anything, England there was a bit of bad luck to draw France so early.
Yeah, but if you're going to win the World Cup, you got to beat
these teams.
Sure. Agreed. But get a couple of matches under your belt and see what you have more and more minutes to see what's working for you, rather than to jump right into it
against the U.S. Man, one of the toughest teams.
You really think that was a challenge? Even though we held them, we kept them out of goal, and
hey, they're the top scoring team scoring team in the competition, and they scored 0 against us.
Are they the top scoring? I thought Spain was.
No, we are 12 goals.
Spain scored 7 in one match, but then hardly scored after that. Let me ask you guys: do you guys agree?
Don't concede either.
Do you guys agree with these training methods? I mean, tell me what is going on here.
That looks like a donkey riding a unicorn.
I thought this sort of shit was illegal in Qatar.
If it works for you, go with it.
What? Like what is this training? He's like, you're going up against Mbappe. He's a unicorn. I don't understand that. Is Rooney there? Anyway, so what did we think about? What did we think about the matches today, guys? Pretty fun.
I enjoyed them. Yeah, plenty to talk about from them. I think you haven't mentioned the keeper from Croatia.
The keeper,
deserves a great mention. Yeah, I'd sign him. I'd sign him.
I want to give.
He's like, I just made myself a lot of money today.
And I know, the end result wasn't the finish, but the keeper for Netherlands was pretty spot on too, man.
I did feel bad for him because he's never been in a penalty shootout.
There was so many. There's so many keepers that really put in shifts here. I mean, the keeper for Poland, Chesney.
Yeah,
he didn't go very far.
No, you could even go so far as
he may have the most saves for the tournament.
Pickford
just in 4 games
for the first half of the first half. Pickford kept England in it. Yeah.
Oh, but no,
we could have been 2 down.
He's always outstanding. But Chesney was ridiculous.
Martinez in the shootout, those first 2 saves were just.
I hate him.
Beautiful. I had kind of written him off because he hadn't been having the best of tournaments, and I was just like, all right, let's see. Are we gonna get Emi Martinez?
They're getting tougher and tougher, aren't they?
Emi Martinez of 2 years ago,
They're getting tougher and tougher.
And this is where I get pissed off.
Crazy.
This is where I get pissed off when people say, "Oh, Virgil van Dijk, how do you send a defender up there first? What a terrible penalty." And to me, I'm like, that goes in 80% of the time. That was a fine penalty. It had height, it had power. It had height, it had power, and it had direction.
It sounded like Martinez to save.
I've got a scenario.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it smack.
I've got a scenario for you, Lolo. It's England-France penalties tomorrow night, and it's Harry Kane against Hugo Lloris for the winning penalty to see who goes through. Who do you want to prevail?
Who do you want?
I want Harry Kane to
or who
kick
do you
it.
Think will prevail?
And I want Lloris to save it, but the ball to explode with like a 12-yard radius. There you go. And then they bring on Melier. They call Melier up to come and do the rest of the penalties.
He's not on the squad,
is he?
No, he's not.
But he will be.
I don't want it to go to penalties tomorrow.
Well, if Lloris explodes,
bring it on.
Might be there next time.
Yeah,
we won one last time.
Will get there.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, but I just I'm nervous enough watching these penalty shoots out without watching an
Gary.
England one.
Hey,
Gary.
Hello.
Is it raining?
Hello. Is it raining now?
He's in space.
It's always raining on Gary.
He's in space. That makes
sense.
What's going on, Gary?
It's always raining in space.
Was that the best free kick set play you've seen in an international tournament?
Sweet, wasn't it? Absolutely sweet.
Was beautiful.
Really cool.
You know what? They knew what they were doing there.
One of those I caught you sleeping, caught you slipping.
Yeah, but they knew what they were doing, didn't they?
It was so crafty.
David, let me hear what David has to say about it. You guys are talking over.
It was straight off the training ground because when it first happened, you think, "What the hell happened there?" That was cute, But when you look at it again, you've got the 3 of them stood there, and the 2 guys either side actually make the space and try and clear off any defenders. Of course, he is actually marked. It's a very good turn, but it was so sweet. So sweet.
It was absolutely crafty. I actually, as it happened, I was like, wait a minute, what happened there? And I didn't think it was going to count because I felt like someone had to be offsides. Just by the way that they were lined up. Yeah, I mean, you had the wall, you had the guy behind it for the low kick, and then you had a little bit of space, and you had like the three guys from Netherlands. And the way that it broke, it looked like someone was going to be offsides. But when you see it on the replay, you realize just how slow that ball was rolled in there.
Yeah.
And they just had
and the
power.
guys either side, they just
kidding me.
And made the block
they had
so
the
that
power.
the wall.
They had the power, exactly.
Yeah.
And they pushed them aside
and Veghorst just willed it.
I think it's a Veghorst special because
I felt really bad for him because he did everything. He did everything that a player should do, could do to win a match, and to put in that kind of effort to get the brace, to play the defense that he did, to score on the penalty kick, and to come up empty-handed. I think I felt a little bad for him.
For him.
Yeah, for Veghorst.
Yeah, when he was down
but not
on the
for
ground
the Dutch
crying
in general.
afterwards. Yeah, not
well,
the Dutch.
my wife's family is Dutch, so
and they were playing in the Wolves.
I gotta say, I gotta be a little.
Yeah.
But
but
not really.
They just didn't. Really. To me, I mean, they didn't start playing until they were 2 down.
Yeah.
When they threw on the big guys, because before that, you and I, Ben, we had said to each other, really disappointing.
Yeah,
really
not
disappointing.
Not the Dutch of old,
no, they were really poor. And then they've done all that work. They've got themselves back into it.
And then went back to
and
square one.
I predicted. I said they're going to go back to defensive.
Well, they said it on BBC. Yeah, they did. They went straight back to.
Yeah. Why?
They said it over here on the US as well. I mean, you take all the chances, you get yourself in a good situation, you get a little bit.
Those tactics.
You get a little bit like I don't want to take a risk anymore because I could lose it.
But
well, you were losing 2-0 with 7 minutes to go, and you came back. Now you've got 30 minutes to take it away from them. They are reeling, right?
I would have kept up the pressure.
Even in the extra time.
If they just would have kept up the pressure, yet not been crazy and fouled. If I was Van Gaal, I would have said, go out there and annoy the shit out of them without fouling. Extra time will end with 8 Argentinian players on the pitch because they're all on yellow cards and they're all losing the plot.
Yeah.
Like,
but they're very sweet at doing that. They're very sweet at doing that. When he kicked the ball into the seats.
Oh, dude, that's a red card. That's a double yellow. Like
yellow.
If the tackle is a yellow,
kicking
the ball away is another yellow. And I'm sorry, letter of the law. That's not even the ref going, fuck you. He's going, that's one of these where he needs to fist bump the guy and go, sorry. There, you understand.
Like a shirt off
yellow
after
for
a
your
goal.
Stupid
but
challenge.
But I also
shirt off after a goal. Same fucking
he
thing.
Did
you
that
kick the ball like that, it's a yellow card.
But I also think to initiate them coming off the bench. They're very cute.
FIFA has decided that
he kicked it at him and looked at him like,
"What?" To decide this match, or cards are not going to decide this tournament, let alone anything else. I think the yellow card suspension for Acuna. I think that's gonna really hurt Argentina. But I think in general, that they've decided that cards are not going to decide the match. There'll be a card.
Mark, I understand.
I mean, with everything that we've seen, we've seen in the high boots, we've seen only one red card, and even that was
Mark, I understand that. And that's where a ref is going to be like, do I yellow card him? Well, it's early. Do I yellow card him? I don't know. But in that situation, that's one where I'm saying the ref has to go, what the fuck else can I do? Like, I mean, those are 2 yellow cards. Like, by the book, you did that.
Yep.
I mean, they could have given out a lot more cards.
But we know that reffing is not being done by the book in this World Cup.
Like even Van Dijk could have been given a red card when he basically barged into the Argentinian player. Like,
he didn't use his hands though. That's a yellow.
Well, but
a yellow at most.
Van Dijk came out from behind, didn't he?
No, it's from the side. From the side. Either way, that's a yellow at best. If he goes up and uses his hands,
if you're not giving Messi a yellow card for the handball, just know that they're just not giving out cards, and they're not gonna. This isn't.
It could have ended 8-on-8.
Romero should have been off the pitch in the first half. He had one terrible tackle that should have been a yellow card, wasn't a yellow card. Everybody was confused. Then he has a tackle in the box, which could have been a penalty, not even looked at. And then he volleyball spikes a ball. That's when he gets the yellow card. And I'm like, the dude shouldn't be on the fucking pitch anymore. And then he kept fouling people. And that's where, Mark, I agree with you. It needs to not be, this is my decision. But at a certain point, and a lot of those yellows I thought were him trying to take control of the game. But then there's certain ones where you're like, you just grabbed the ball and smacked it. Sorry, that's a yellow card. You purposefully, after a crazy foul, smash the ball at people. Even if it wasn't at people, if you kicked it up into the stands, that's a yellow card. It's time wasting and it's a yellow card. It's bad sportsmanship. So if the tackle on Nathan Ake was a yellow, then I'm sorry, that's a red. Mark, go back to Raul. Go to Martinelli.
I completely agree.
Double yellow.
I completely agree here, but I
that's
just
when
don't.
It's not in the ref's hands. It's not in their hands.
What we've seen since day one at this World Cup is that it has been decided that sort of play and the influence of the refs is not going to play here, which is why I keep saying that from the get-go, not only FIFA but the country of Qatar sponsoring or hosting the World Cup will do whatever it takes to have a Messi Ronaldo final.
I'm not going to deal with your conspiracy theories. I only take my conspiracy theories from Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom, good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Mr. Tom.
This is going to be, I don't know if you've noticed, this is going to be one of those shows where you will not get to talk unless you force me and Mark to shut up. So, Tom, you were Gary before, but now you're Tom. So
I went through a Michael Jackson transformation.
That was quick.
Who's in the cup?
Yeah, we didn't even get like early 90s Jackson. We just went right into like 2005 Michael Jackson.
Is that Kane?
No.
It's like Doomtree.
It is not.
It's a barbarian type one. I'm forgetting his name.
It's Sia.
It's like Cyborg.
Chris got that one. You can't see his face. It's Sia.
Mr. Tom, what are your thoughts on the matches today? Did you enjoy the football? Did you not enjoy it?
I thought the first match was until the extra time. It's poor, quite frankly. It was not great. The second game, a lot better, but again more because of the last 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
But that's been a trend with the whole tournament. Is that first halves have been shit and second halves have been great.
Yeah.
Or better than shit. So, I don't know. Personally, I wasn't happy with the result because I wanted to see Brazil versus Argentina, personally. But I also may have had a wager on Brazil to win the thing. So, for my financial stake in the penalty shootout was a bit...
Get ready for the Croatia-Morocco World Cup final.
Yeah.
I called Morocco when we was pre-tournament.
Yeah, and I put money on it. So they're trying to get me to cash out. I'm already up to like $3. They want me
$3.
My $1.27 bet. They want me to cash out, and I'm I think they can beat Portugal.
It's like the bet I put on the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl.
Could happen.
I could cash that out and make $6.
Let me ask you about this, because what we've seen is good teams, good attacking teams like Brazil, like Argentina, like even Spain, Germany, for example. These teams are beating up on a lot of these teams that want to go at them, but they're having a problem breaking down other teams. So for me, Portugal getting Morocco has to look scarier than for Portugal than going up against Spain. Because for Spain, they know it's going to be, let's go. And now against Morocco, it's going to be like, fuck, how do we break them down? Going all the way to France versus England, as juicy of a match as that is, I think there's going to be a whole lot more space because they both believe they can score. But what happens when either France or England go up against the likes of Morocco or Croatia? We saw a clear example of that in the United States group.
Then they're low scoring games.
Where England went up against, your first match was against Iran. And Iran went at you. They tried to play with you. They didn't sit back. They tried to play with you, and you took control. The U.S. said
back against France.
So that's the thing, is what's going to happen? Like, how do you beat these teams? And are you more afraid of? Are you more afraid of France?
England have always struggled
Croatia,
to break down
Morocco
teams that defend, but then I think they usually struggle like Wales and whatnot. So, but obviously Wales were aging this year. They struggled to beat down a defensive block of the USA. You didn't have a lot up front, even though to me you were a better team than us. We struggled to break you apart, and I think it'll be very similar if we come up against Morocco.
I honestly think that the U.S. just played out of their heads.
It was Tyler Adams.
I think if you replayed that game 10 times, England would win 8 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what you saw in the group games.
Mm.
It's very different when you're in group games because you're just looking at winning points, which is exactly what Southgate did.
You mean if I replay it on my TV right now?
Well, maybe on your TV if you've got a very special TV.
You make a really good point.
On your TV, it might still be 0-0, John. But
But do you guys get what I'm saying here?
But I think you're all overrating Morocco.
No.
I'm saying a Morocco type team. That is not what I've said.
They're very good at defending.
Not done well.
Very organised.
That's basically.
But Tom, I'm talking about a Morocco type team where for me, if I was Portugal, I would have liked our challenge up against Spain a lot more than I would like against Morocco, because playing Spain, yes, they might break through and get some goals, but we could also score 4 against Spain. Against Morocco, the winner is going to get 1 goal.
I don't know if I'm
it
not
depends.
sure
I think if you get that goal early, they have to come out at some point. And then that's when they're left open, And if you've got pace, like your France, let's say England have got pace. Who else is left?
England, Senegal is a good example of what you're saying.
And if you've got pace and they're 1-0 down first half, they have to come out second half. You're going to get gaps to score a second goal. So you need to score early, I say, to beat them comfortably.
England, Senegal was different because Senegal came at y'all, and they didn't. Scored. Your goal came against the run of play. Saka's goal was against the run of play.
It took them a couple of attacks to get the confidence. The press was good, and they got a couple of breaks early, and then they grew a bit of confidence. But that also brought them out, so it gave us a bit more space. We exploited that, and then bang, 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 good, done.
I didn't see the game when it happened, so I watched it afterwards, and obviously I'd heard the first half hour. We weren't in it at all. Of course, then I've watched the game afterwards. So it's like with a clear head, and you haven't got the emotions and everything because you know what the score is, etc. And yes, they had one very, very good effort. They should have scored. The other effort was a half effort, which got denied. Apart from that, they didn't do anything. And I think England, quite frankly, they controlled the game, but they couldn't get the breakthrough in the final third. Once they got that breakthrough, then it was just a case of managing the game. And as Ben says, when the second half started, it's like, well, you've got to come out, and it's much easier to play. England are a very good side. They're a very good side. They're managing the games very well. That's what I liked about Argentina today. When they got the goals up, they were managing that game really well until the big guys came on. and then they couldn't manage against the big guys. That just threw them. But it's all about it's all about game management.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get a goal.
I don't get why Holland stopped doing what they were doing.
No one does.
Because they didn't want to give up a goal.
When you're down, it doesn't matter if you give up another goal.
You don't.
It does.
Well, when you've got a boxer on ropes, you don't stop punching, do you? Simple as that.
That's what I mean.
What they
I
did.
get what you're saying, Chris.
This is what David said earlier.
I think there's a compromise between the way they played at the end of the second half and the way they played in extra time. There was something in between.
In between that, yeah.
In between that.
Well, I think it was
the break itself. I would disagree. They tried passing the ball about, especially in the first 15 minutes of extra time. And the big guys were just running around. I mean, the big guys were getting their foot in and everything, but they couldn't hold the ball up or anything. Instead of just banging the long balls up in the air because they're all 6'5", 6'6", playing against guys who are 5'8". And I think what's Otamendi about 6'1" at the most, and he was tired.
I'm not saying they couldn't have thrown the ball forward, but ultimately they probably would need to keep at least one more person behind once you're even, right? Because Argentina can hit you on the counter.
Yeah. When Di Maria came on, suddenly Argentina were.
I mean, the second half, all the energy and everything. Argentina was incredible in those last 10 minutes. The fact that they didn't
what are you saving Di Maria for? What are you saving Di Maria for? Like, you know you're going to bring him on for penalties. But Di Maria comes in and all of a sudden beautiful crosses are being whipped in. Like Di Maria, as old as he may be, and he doesn't have
scored from that corner kick.
Exactly, and he has those in his pocket. What do you call those again? What do you call those when you score from a corner?
Olympico.
Olympico. But yeah, goals. No, he has those in his locker. But all of a sudden, he's just standing out there, and the ball keeps getting recycled to him. Beautiful cross, bum bum bum, recycle, get to Messi, pulls everybody to him, opens up space, boom, back to him. There you go.
I mean, Lautaro had a couple of good chances.
That poor bastard.
You used to get it on windy games on Sunday morning football. It gets really windy games, so you'd kick it into wind from a corner, and it's shit goalkeeper.
It's all curved, baby. It's curved.
It's all curved. I meant it. I meant that.
Pushing.
Fucking crazy. So, do you guys think that Portugal is?
Match.
What?
You talk about that match for 40 minutes.
What match?
Yeah.
Just wondered.
We just have.
I just wondered.
We've been all over the place.
I've watched Simpsons on Disney Plus before I came in here.
Oh, good. So, do you guys?
About this album.
So, what do we think about Portugal, Morocco, guys?
I think a lot hinges upon the health of Roman Saiz. I think that hamstring injury could prove to be Morocco's undoing. Hakimi has been great back there, and there's been other players that have Morocco puts they play in our low block, but I really think that whether or not Roman Saiz can go could be a big issue for Morocco.
Okay.
I just wonder if Morocco have had their final. If they're eventually going to run out of gas a little bit, you know.
See, I think that's it. I think that their country, their fan base is all going to say, you know what, we made it to the quarterfinal.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's going to be. I think that's going to be good enough. Now, for the team in itself, that's not good.
It's the best they've ever done.
They want more, and they can achieve more. But I do believe that it does hinge on the health of Roman Saiz.
Do you lot know any Moroccans? Because the Moroccans I know aren't happy with fucking anything.
Do
They're not happy with anything. Are you talking about like no? This are they done? No, absolutely not.
Of course
not. The Moroccan fans. Moroccan fans are the only fan base in Qatar that even compares with Ronaldo's fans and the Argentinian fans, Messi fans and Ronaldo fans right now. They are there in droves, and I'm sure more of them have come to Qatar right now. It was to outscream the Spanish fans, to outnumber the Spanish fans like crazy, to the point where they're like, it's all red in here. And we have to be like, oh, by the way, Spain is called La Roja, the red, so they're wearing red too. And they're like, yeah, we know, but these are all Moroccans. They are not done. They are not done because they've only given up one fucking goal, and it was an own goal.
I mean, and
they are not done
because, these countries are neighbors who have had conflicts. They have a history. Like, this is going to be a heated fucking.
As heated as
both
Spain,
games tomorrow have
as heated as US.
I love heated football matches, man.
Like
fight. I want fight, but not fights.
That's gonna be fucking red cards tomorrow everywhere.
Remitly is easy. Sign up and send now.
We got ads?
Sorry.
Who's playing ads?
Sorry.
Are we boring you, Ben?
Wait a minute.
No.
Can I sign up now? What am I signing up for? How much will it cost?
It sounds so good.
Give you my social
You're going to get us
number?
demonetized because we're playing other people's ads.
I was commenting.
Oh, those are our ads. Good. Okay, good.
I'm not saying that, Lola. I'm not saying that, but I just feel that they might have gone that far and it's suddenly a hurdle too much for them. That's what I'm saying. If Portugal get an early goal, then
did you Google it?
Out,
Sorry, David.
Go on.
Did I?
If I'm Portugal, I start Rafael Leao and just attack from minute one. He's the best.
Stop attacking.
Morocco are going to take it to them without a doubt. But as you say, they're great in defence. They've been really good. But eventually, they've had a little bit of luck as well. You make your own luck, but eventually it runs out. The class should tell. I'd love it if it didn't. I'd love them to go through, But I don't want them to win the tournament because you don't want a team who plays like that winning a tournament. We had it with Greece in the Euros many years ago.
Why not?
I was literally going to mention that.
Because I'm saying
if you watch this, the Greece story was great. It was great, as in like a team that never does well in anything, start with knocking people off. But they were knocking people off with shit football. Yeah. It was literally like two banks of
it's
four,
a bit boring,
and then another two behind the ball. It was atrocious, and they beat Portugal twice.
Greece winning the Euros and then like a year later filing for bankruptcy just reminded me of like Eurovision, where it's like you want to win, but you really don't want to win because it's going to bankrupt your country. Y'all didn't think I knew about Eurovision, right? Yeah, man. We're doing a Eurovision live stream.
Yeah. Ding dong.
Yeah. Play yeah, ding dong. Play yeah, ding dong.
What does the fuck say? Yeah.
Just to answer your question, Tom. No, I didn't Google it. The first time you showed it to the camera, it was all pixelated. The second time I clocked who it was, but he usually has a black mask, doesn't he? So that's what threw me.
What are you talking
they changed
about?
It.
The wrestler.
The figure.
You're talking about Gvardiol?
Warlord.
Oh, Gvardiol, who has the black mask.
Sorry about that.
No, fuck him.
Gary,
kids come first, so I have to do whatever the kids say.
Gary, I thought you left because Mark hates you today.
Gary, I thought your kids lived in San Diego.
Well, I've got more than one kid.
So roomy.
Got two kids in California, one in New York, one in Maine.
I think we should go 3-2-2.
One here with me.
In different area codes.
Gotcha.
I don't know. No, Lolo. Dude, come on.
Dude, that's much nicer than I was going to say.
I didn't say hoes.
No,
I figure they're from the same woman. They're just
and he definitely didn't say anything about baby mamas.
Stop.
And Gary, mine are all on the same floor. It's fucking difficult up there. It might be nicer if some were.
I remember when this used to be a football show.
I know. Everybody in the chat.
I remember when this used to be a nice show.
When was that?
Hey, Lolo.
Friday has never been.
Maybe 8 minutes ago at some point.
Lolo.
It's probably
everybody wants to talk about it.
minutes ago.
Are we going to talk about Jesus' injury? Because I believe nobody's talked about it yet.
You covered that on
the
your
internet. I've never heard anything about it.
No, we hit our Arsenal quota.
I had to sit there. I had to sit there for 57
we hit our
minutes
Arsenal
on his show
quota
while
when
they all
Lolo
cried about it. And it was like,
and
what's
good
going
Lord,
to say
we
about
don't
it
want
for
to be
nearly an hour?
tortured with that here on this show.
What?
Can I ask, right? If England win the World Cup, does Ben White get a medal?
No.
I heard he had a bust-up. He had a bust-up with the coach.
We don't even know why he's not there, right?
He had an argument with the coach in public.
You can have your talking point.
If you don't know why he's there,
can have their talking point.
We have not confirmed whether or not he got kicked out of the team, or whether it was for personal reasons.
I think by saying personal reasons is a very, very
it covers the multitude.
Diplomatic way.
I think they're just trying to.
Sterling left for personal reasons, right?
Clearly, you can hang with that talking point. You can hang with that talking point.
That was torture.
If that fits your narrative, then that's
not a narrative. It is what it is. Unless we find out differently.
But I've heard other narratives about Ben White.
You heard tabloid and went
singular, not plural. You've heard singular.
No, I've multiple areas.
Oh, we're going multiple.
Quoting the same story. Quoting the same story. Quoting one story.
No.
Elaborate.
My story doesn't fit your narrative. You have gotten a story.
Not my narrative.
And you're going to stick with that, because that fits what you want.
What? Right, so
Mark,
you
heard. Hold on.
You are satisfied with hearing.
Hold on.
Ben White. You are happy. You are happy with Ben White.
Mark, let somebody else fucking talk.
Oh my God! Wait, you want to talk about 16? You want to have 16 minutes to talk and give your 1,700 reasons why Arsenal's going to be okay? You go ahead.
Excuse me? Goes.
I'd rather Gary confirm if he's really got 40 kids.
Kidding me, Mark?
I stop that.
There's too many people talking. I can't hear.
No, there's you talking.
Oh, I'm hearing Tom talk. I'm hearing Gary talk. I'm hearing you talk.
But nobody else is hearing anybody else talk.
Everybody's talking now, and nobody's listening. Only the echoes in my mind.
I think Ben White being sent back to England is not even the biggest drama of the World Cup. Apparently, the Gonçalo Ramos, the striker of Portugal, there was a leaked sex tape of him a couple of days ago.
A lot of scoring then.
That is awesome.
So he scored 4 times in a couple of days.
Yeah.
We should look into this.
That's actually a good story. He should be like, yeah, I did very well. I scored hat-trick that night as well.
I was like, he was trending.
Why are you Russian?
He was trending on Twitter a night ago, and I was like, why? I mean, other than the fact that he had a hat trick, it was a couple of days after.
Who was the wife? I read this recently. It was, I'm not sure whose wife it was, and she's a sex therapist. And she told the team, there's oh, you need to masturbate all the time and you will win. Did you guys not read that? It was
that is a great woman.
Probably the same place you found the Ben White article.
Oh my!
We had a lot of wankers in the championship, and then they stopped when we got promoted.
Actually,
Gary, is married to Ruth Westheimer?
I learned about the Ben White talk from your very own Stan the Man.
No,
I don't know where you get your information.
No, you didn't, Mark.
I saw
Mark,
Stan the Man posted. Stan the Man
he posted
on Twitter,
that article.
The article
that
about
article.
Ben White.
That
Even
article.
so.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, I heard it from multiple sources, all quoting the same fucking article.
So that's
all
what
quoting the same
I
fucking
saw
article.
it on Twitter, and I saw it on the internet. That's multiple sources, my
Twitter's
friend.
not on the internet. Twitter is not the internet.
Guess what?
It's on the
You
internet,
don't
it
like
has to
it
be
because
true.
it's not the
100%
narrative that you want
Mark,
to talk about.
are you out
what
of your
you
mind?
are more
Okay,
comfortable
hold
talking
on.
about is talking about. Well, it's about.
So, David, how was the food in Singapore? Because I don't know what these guys are talking about. So, tell me about the food. What do they have there?
You
do they actually
damn
have food?
well know what we're talking about.
Beer?
Can I just say something? Wanted to talk
Can I just say something, Mark? When that news broke, there were two things that came into my mind. One, there's been a bereavement in the family or something like that. And the other thing was he stepped out of line somewhere. That was my first two thoughts.
Sure.
You know? And
I'm not even going to share with
I've
you
not,
what Lolo
I've not read this article. All I've seen is the bit of Southgate saying, well, I'm not going to say anything because it may give it credibility. Well, you're almost now giving it credibility by not saying what it is. He probably doesn't want to distract from the team effort going forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the sort of thing that's going to come out in a book in 10 years' time. That's the only way you'll truly find out what actually happened.
Everybody in football will know what's gone on. Everybody will know already. In football, they'll know what's gone on. But it did strike me. I just think, either somebody's died or something like that in the family, or this is another thing that maybe it was some sort of mental issue or something with him, a stressful thing or something. But the other thing was, has he done something wrong? You know,
it's possible.
He doesn't like football.
Lolo has a very interesting angle.
Go on, Lolo.
You don't want to share that publicly?
Yeah, because when I told you this, I said it's not something I'm ever going to say publicly, Mark.
Okay, well, fair
enough. So thank you for bringing that up on the fucking
you're
show.
Willing to bring up things that I talk about on our private chat, but when I talk about things that we privately talk about, that's off
ladies.
limits. Interesting.
Yeah, let's leave this one for
after. In mind right now.
Interesting
in mind, Mark.
No, it's the same thing.
What did I bring up on the private chat?
Me talking about Ben White is on our fucking WhatsApp, not on the show.
Mark,
not on the show. But you want to bring that up, and so when I fucking say to you,
all right, guys, we're gonna go to halftime right now. We're gonna go to halftime right now because I can't fucking deal with this. So
what do you want to do?
Let's do the Brazilian video, and because Brazil's out, but they still love Lolo.
But that's only a minute 52.
That is true.
All right, no problem. We'll play it. Don't worry. I'll play it right now.
All right. Thank you.
All right, scene 5.
On the Stoop. Hola, ¿qué tal a todos? Soy de Nilsson, desde Brasil, desde aquí del Estadio del Palmeiras. Mando un saludo a todos y mucha salud a nosotros, ¿vale? Un besito, hasta luego.
Hola Lolo, soy Nilsson, ex-jugador de Brasil, de Lyon, de Barcelona. Estoy pasando por aquí para saludarte a ti y a toda la gente que te acompaña en el programa. Fuerte abrazo, Dios te bendiga.
Hola, soy Zé Roberto, pasando para saludar a Lolo y los seguidores de Onda Stoop. Saludos.
Muy simples, ¿vale?
Venga.
Mira, son dos saltitos. Dos saltitos aquí, dos saltitos aquí, dos saltitos aquí, dos saltitos aquí. Y ahí empieza la cintura, ¿vale? Las manos, los brazos. Es simple.
Es súper fácil.
Es así,
ahora más rápido, ahora más rápido.
Es simple.
Venga,
venga, ven. Ven, ahora tú. ¿Te quieres que le enseñe la samba? Yo estoy diciendo que es muy fácil.
Venga, chicos.
Muy fácil. fácil. ¿Qué? ¿Dos? No, Zé no sabe.
Sí que sabe, que es muy fácil.
Dos. Ahí va.
¿Alguien más se anima?
¿Quién se anima? Tú, ven.
Venga, chicos.
Pero no aprendí nada.
¡Ey, dale!
Hay que saltar un poquito, ahí, salta un poquito, ahí, papá, ahí, ó. Tiene que saltar los brazos, mira. Bien, viva Brasil,
All right, Mr. Tom.
Oh my God. I got some time. I got some space. Oh my God, beautiful, baby. How are you doing, Gary?
I am doing well. I felt like I might be kicked off the show. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I joined and asked the question.
This is the show I like.
All right. So everybody in the chat, tell us what you want to talk about.
My boy, exactly. Dr. John.
Oh, so Gary, wait 1 second. Where can people find you, Gary?
You can find me on DWTC YouTube channel.
Let's see.
Saturdays and Mondays.
Oh,
tomorrow
let's
at
see that.
noon,
Oh, there we go.
5 p.m.
Are you doing a show tomorrow, Gary?
What's that?
Are you doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do a show tomorrow. Is there like a game tomorrow?
Okay.
It should be over by the time I am go live. So yeah.
No, we would be. What time's the game? 4 o'clock. Sorry, do excuse me. Check time.
Yeah, I think the game will be over by that time. If I'm thinking correctly, it's at 10 a.m. over here. So I guess that's what.
Yeah, 3 o'clock. So basically, if it ends in 90 minutes, then we're good to go with the show and something to talk about.
And what show is that again?
Sorry, everyone.
It's called The Road Trip tomorrow, and then on Mondays is The Trip.
Beautiful.
So we will see you there. Come join us. Say hi.
So you're doing your show at 12 tomorrow, Gary?
Yes, that's my time. Are you doing a show?
Unfortunately, that's going to be during the time of PKs.
Actually, it probably will be. Based on how we're going, I doubt we're going to.
You guys going to do a watch along?
I doubt we're going to see PKs tomorrow and at all. I think these teams want to get out.
We did do the show once during Brentford beating Man United 4-0. That was historic. We were literally commentating on the goals as they happened. It was great.
Yes.
Of course, it's great. Brentford scored 4 of them, and Man United scored none of them. It was amazing. I don't like Brentford, but I hate Man United more. Fuck them. It was fun. It's like
the enemy of my enemy.
Guess what happened? Ben Mees just scored. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. So, how is everyone doing?
What do we think the scores are going to be tomorrow?
That's not sarcastic.
The Benemy of my Benemy.
Sorry, the coach Benemy of the Chargers, or no, the Chiefs.
I think
France England is going to be.
Do we have kids' music on in the background?
Somebody does.
3-2.
Can't be bad.
Somebody has music playing in the background.
Oh, that's just my daughter practicing. She's got audition tomorrow.
Get out. She plays the xylophone, or does she play the vibes?
It's called the marimba.
May I just say you drove me to drink, you guys?
I don't know the difference, Gary. So I went with what I knew.
No, I know. Everybody, it looks like a xylophone, but it's a marimba. It's wooden. It's got like the
marimba is wooden and shorter, right?
Huh?
It's shorter and made of wood.
It's much bigger than a xylophone. Usually, xylophones can sit on a desk. This thing is like the other way around. Yeah, this thing you can lay on top of it. It's that big.
You're thinking of vibraphone, Mark. I don't just making shit up.
Have we got betting in the dark anyway?
Yeah, let's go to betting in the dark, please. Mr. Tom, what you got for us?
It's a French horn.
Getting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, let's you bits.
Hello, there's 2 matches this weekend still available. So what a surprise. I'm going for Portugal to win 1-0. Bruno to score or assist the goal. Be really handy for me if they get a late penalty when the game's 0-0. So, and Cristiano's been taken off. It'd be really handy. I think I can turn 1 to 35 because I think Morocco, as well as they've done, I think they're going to come unstuck.
Where's Cyril?
They might not. Oh, I've made a pick. Cyril is...
You don't know.
I'm too fucking ill to make an excuse. I didn't carry him up here.
Tom, I think you got something there because I think this match will end up 1-0, and I do think it. Unfortunately, I do think it'll go to Portugal, but it possibly will be in extra time. I think Portugal will find a way to break through, and I don't see Morocco scoring, but. Yeah, this doesn't include extra time, right? This is in normal time?
Mm-hmm.
No, but if on your FanDuel, if it goes extra time, you could probably still do the correct score, which would then count for extra time doing it.
I mean, the thing is with the way Morocco plays, like if you get defensively stuck in, you can still give up a penalty. I don't know who their penalty taker is. Is it Bruno or Ronaldo?
Bruno.
On the pitch?
Ronaldo won't be starting. Ronaldo won't be starting, but...
Yeah, like
I think Ronaldo takes the penalty if he's on the pitch.
I might get one. Yeah, but I thought I'd.
Who's Mark talking to?
It paid slightly more, but you know.
Mark, I think you muted your mic.
Director John, if
sorry,
you
man.
Please.
I was just.
That's a first.
I just want to.
Why did I open my mouth?
I just want to comment that. I just want to comment when I made the bet on Brazil, when it went into extra time, all my bets were off. So it only counts for the first 90 minutes.
A lot of your bets.
No, I'm saying if it goes to extra time, then do it.
So if you bet on a player to score and it goes into overtime or extra time and they score, it doesn't count.
No. It doesn't count. No, I had a lot of those.
It would count if you did it during extra time.
Yeah,
I had corners and all that as well. The corners don't count.
They count
extra time.
They count that as something separate. So if you bet something in extra time,
yeah.
Well, no, because a lot of their betting markets will account for the draw.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I learned something today. Only lost a couple.
Right or wrong, just that's what it is.
Right.
Yeah, but again, if it finished 0-0, then do the bet because then you can still get it for extra time. If you think they will win 1-0 in extra time, do it then.
I did go with my bet today. Did you like that, Tom? I picked either team to win in extra time and either team to win on penalties. It was like plus 700. So $1 turned into $10 or something like that.
It was impressive.
So as soon as it went to penalties, they paid it out. It was paid out before penalties even started because I picked anyone to win in penalties. So that was nice.
Wonderful.
All right.
Is everyone all right with this? Not all right with this?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Right, I've gone for this one because I didn't really want to commit to a score. I've gone either team to win extra time, Mbappe to score, and Kyle Walker to be shown a card for having the job of following him around the pitch for 90 minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do penalties count as extra time? Or no?
No.
Yeah, it has to be the 30-minute extra time.
Okay.
I like the second half of this. I love Mbappe scoring or assisting. I love Kyle Walker getting a card for the very same reason that you said. Man, I just don't see this going into extra time. I
don't.
Fucking France looks so good, man. I'm sorry. To all you English fans out there and rooting for and thinking England's gonna bring it home.
I just feel.
I think this was a bad draw at a bad time.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Who have France played of any worth?
Exactly my point, and I don't think Giroud has got England's number. I really don't. And
I don't think
France's midfield's any good. I think it's overrated.
Benzema are not playing.
Yeah, just because, I just feel if there's a time to beat France, it's now. They're not a great side player for player if you match them up to England. They're not that.
I mean, the defense isn't bad. The defense isn't bad. Midfield, as you say, I'm not a lover of.
Yeah,
and up front, they've got Griezmann, Dembele,
and Dembele.
Yeah,
I mean, in the same note in question, who the fuck has England played? I mean, played
USA.
the US to a draw. You played Wales, who was old and terrible, and you played Iran.
Doing wonderful work, John.
And the thing is, Mark.
So if you can accuse France of not playing anybody, you can also say the same about England. Now, I will say that France played Denmark. I mean, that was a team going into the tournament that you actually thought might be pretty good.
Yeah, but they weren't. They were very poor. Very poor.
I think they're very evenly matched. I just think Mbappe is the difference.
He might be the decider. You're quite right, Chris.
I actually think the difference maker might be that whether or not England starts Rashford over Saka. Sorry, Nick. I'm sorry, Lolo. But I do think that England has a better chance of beating France because I think it is that same what is it that I'm looking for? The same description. They talk about Mbappe being unstoppable. I might say the same about Rashford.
He's stoppable. Like any player, he's stoppable. He'll get chances, but the goals that he scored against Poland, terrific strikes. But one of them, he had hours to line it up. The defending was non-existent. And Poland in the game before was shocking.
I don't know how many players score that second goal that he had.
Yeah, terrific strikes, Chris. But what I'm saying is, if the defenders aren't defending, and that's the difference, he's now up against a back four who have been very good at defending.
Can I ask from a neutral's point of view, the American guess, who do you feel is a harder team to break down?
Lolo?
England.
Really?
England. Every single team that France has played has had chances to score. Not every team that's played England has had chances to score. Look at France. I think in every single match, France has given up a goal, including Australia. So there's that.
I do think
you can score against France. They've got fucking Big Willie Saliba on the bench. They deserve to score goals against them.
I mean, they've got a good defense. I think they play to get the ball moving forward quickly, which means that you can. Okay, you can break them down, but
would you rather have in nets, Reeves or Pickford?
Reeves is having a great tournament.
I think it's a coin toss.
It's it's a coin toss, but
I mean, I think this is the most even these two teams have been. This could be an incredible game. I can't wait to fucking watch it. That's
up the two. Who's had the most saves? Do we know?
I think it's probably Reeves. I think
I would put money on it.
They give up more chances than us.
I mean, England has a much better defense.
But I feel Pickford's saves have been crucial when he's made them.
Yep.
So yeah,
a goalkeeper should be relied on to make 2 excellent saves every game.
I'm going to call this as I call the Argentina-France game, Argentina-Netherlands. I can't call this in full time. I think it's going to be even. So this possibly is a good bet.
This is I think the best bet, I think, for England to beat this team. I mean, France, look at their injuries, Benzema and Nkunku, Pogba, like they still have a very strong team because they're a deep country, but this is, I think this is the best opportunity, I think, for England to beat them.
Yep. If we don't beat them now, we won't beat them.
I always like to look at player for player on what league you're playing in. And I don't class, at the minute, I don't class La Liga a top league. I don't class Liga a top league either. So technically on paper, I think player for player, we have the better players. It's just whether you're the better team as with them players.
Yeah, but I mean, Tchouaméni and Camavinga, like on Real Madrid, those are good midfielders. They're young.
Yeah.
And maybe from an experience perspective, they can be taken advantage of. But I don't know. La Liga is down, but that Madrid team just won the Champions League.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I'll tell you who this game will depend on. This game will depend on Jude Bellingham.
I was going to say that.
Damn right, man.
Incredible, dude.
I think it depends on Kyle Walker.
Yeah, I think he's more important than Kyle Walker. Absolutely, because one-on-one matchup, Kyle Walker can play a fantastic match and have one slip up, and Mbappe will score. But to me, the midfield needs to be bossed around by Jude Bellingham the way that he's been doing it. And that opens up all the space in the world for Harry Kane and Foden, Saka, Rashford, whoever is up front. But when Harry Kane has to drop back too far, and he does well dropping back, but you don't want him there.
You do. You do, Lolo. That's exactly where you want Kane. You want Kane pushing on to begin with, and then
dropping in and running off
into the holes,
but not needing to be there. But not needing to be.
Can I add?
Naturally does it.
I get what you mean. Yeah, he's fantastic there.
And then you've got allow him,
but as the extra man, not being the only person doing anything in the fucking midfield.
Can I add? Not being biased here either. I'd play Phillips. I just feel that his diagonal balls suit England and
over Declan Rice.
Yeah, I would play Phillips over Declan Rice. I thought when he came on for that,
has been fantastic.
When he came on, was it against Wales for the last?
I'm sorry, Ben, but you're absolutely crazy. No, I'm gonna agree with Lolo here. Rice has been solid.
Yeah.
He has been solid, and he has been running. He's been running that midfield, and he's
that's like fine. I'm not saying
running the team, man.
He's not faced any major opponent, and I just feel that what was missing for a big part of the first half of the last game was we had wide players that were staying out wide and no one to spray the ball out wide. And I just feel if that's the same, I'd start with Phillips because his passing range is second to none in that England side.
Yeah, no,
I'm not sure. But I
can't go with that.
I can't back you up there. I love
that's fine. That's just my opinion, but yeah.
And I'll just say this: that it's like a lot of you have been when I side with France and you say I was like, oh, who have they played? And I might say, well, who has England played? It's not who you play; it's how you play. And both teams have shown on very different levels how they play. And I gotta say this, that I'm really glad that I don't have to wait until a final or a semifinal to see a match like this.
It's a shame it's not a final, to be honest.
I'm glad you asked whoever put that up on the screen.
It's not a fucking shame.
Oh, no, it'd be great. This is for a final. England, France.
I believe we normally do this in threes. Okay. Can we go to the third one, Mr. John? That will
do it.
Yes, because there's no football. Boom. There's no other football. So I've gone with an old favourite, and we're going to the movies, baby. And now I don't know how good this movie actually is. Therefore, if it turns out it's good, this could be a bargain. Exactly.
Hey, how about we do this? We pick a day once the World Cup is over, and we all go see Avatar: The Way of the Water at the same time. And then we do like a little 15-minute show about it.
I'm expecting.
I'm sorry, Tom. You've been pimping this movie for a long time. This is actually, I think, the third time that we've seen it in Bennington.
That little. All right. Okay, I'll have to try and shoot it in next week.
I have a feeling it's going to be crap, Tom.
Does his ex-wife have a movie out at the same time?
It's going to be
I think
crap.
It's going to be just as good as Avatar.
Avatar was shit.
Have you seen the previews for it?
Avatar
They're like,
was
you remember Avatar? Avatar was cool, and now here's another one. The end. Like that. That's the fucking.
I will guarantee you, like the first one, which I said before. Everyone said, "Oh, you'll love it, and I knew I wouldn't."
The first one was shit.
I gave it 10 minutes. It was that shit. And this one won't even get 10 seconds.
Look, visually,
it was fine.
Visually, it was beautiful.
Visually, the movie was
you had to put the volume on mute.
But the storyline,
I don't watch the
storyline was
visual effects.
I would much rather have yet another root canal.
Let Tom talk.
Sorry, guys. Doesn't matter whether we like it. All that matters is if the douchebags at the Oscars Academy vote for it. Then that's what matters.
Okay, I will not waste £10 on that bet.
Well,
sorry,
Tom,
Mr.
can
Tom.
I ask you?
I wouldn't
just
waste
for
£10
reference,
on
Tom. What are some of the other Best Picture odds?
There were 3 in front of it. Off the top of my head, I'll find it now.
Has anybody noticed the head on the top of the Oscar?
No, because it looks perfect.
No,
it's absolutely perfect. I didn't even notice it.
No.
BxGunner, good to see you, my man. What do you think about my kit, BX? Yeah, BX will appreciate this.
I think the best thing is
he likes Arsenal.
The last time Avatar was nominated for Best Picture, I think James Cameron lost to his ex-wife, who directed The Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker, wasn't it?
The Hurt Locker was an amazing film.
That's a fucking.
It was, yeah. One moment, boy.
It really was. It was filled with drama and like that. Like he re-enlists and like. It was too fucking much, man, as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Do you want to know what's considered my favorite?
Thank you. I need some Arsenal support here.
The Banshees of Inisherin, which I've never heard of. The Fablemans.
Oh, that's with Colin Farrell and what's the other guy?
That has to be
It's the guy from It's the 2 guys from In Bruges. They're brothers.
No, yeah. It's the guy who did Lieutenant of Inishmore, and In Bruges.
Okay.
Everything. Oh, am I thinking of Lieutenant? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong.
I think that's the time.
No. You're right, Mark. It's the guy who wrote.
It's the guy from Mr. Is it Mr. Perfect?
I'm looking it up.
Not
Brendan
the wrestler,
Gleeson.
but the TV show.
No. It's Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson. Thank you,
Colin Farrell, definitely
from The Guard.
But
the trailer
but
looks
he did
really
a play.
It's from In Bruges, man.
He's good as Brendan Gleeson. I like him.
Martin
Excuse my rattling.
McDonough. Is that his name? Martin McDonough.
You're a
Micah.
cunt, and you've always been a cunt.
Micah
And the only
McDonough.
thing that's going to change is you're just going to be a.
No, you're right, Martin McDonough.
Martin McDonough. Yeah, but he wrote a play that I saw on Broadway called The Lieutenant of Inishmore, which was fucking the bloodiest thing. Afterwards, we sat and watched all the stagehands clean up all the blood into a trough. This was a live show. Fucking fantastic. I love all of his films. But yeah, I can see that one doing quite well.
This is against Spielberg. Didn't realize. Okay.
Which one? The Spielberg movie about himself?
Yeah.
About himself?
That's gonna be the picture of the year, Mr. Tom. You can put a bet on
it. The Fablemans.
Yeah. That's like
that is the favorite. I was just
no. It's
I just wanted to get. I went to cobble 3 bets together and then
no
go back
doubt
to bed.
about it because there's no one more Hollywood than Steven Spielberg. You know, and it has all the spice. It has all the taste.
The circle jerk you need.
You know, it's a good Jewish story about a boy who went against the family, but the family decided they're going to love him again. It just
talking about Schindler's List.
It might as well be.
All right, so there's a lot of things going not
it
in the
might as well
respect,
be.
and that's
but
why.
And
a mouse.
This is the movie that is going to have.
What's this movie called?
All the it's the
Fabelmans,
right?
The Fabelman, right?
I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I just need you to take a quick listen.
I'm looking forward to Cocaine Bear.
Hold on.
Sorry,
I
Lolo.
need you to take a quick listen.
It's
No,
class.
the marimba is
Hold
very
on,
beautiful.
guys. I need you to take a quick listen. Yeah, that's what the inside of my brain sounds like right now.
I'm actually expecting a anvil to fall on a rabbit right now.
And look at Gary. You wonder why Gary is a Sith Lord right now? He's like, because I've got fucking chime bells going.
He's not a Sith
all
Lord.
day
He's like
fucking long.
Fucking called him that now.
We bought that. We bought that
You're the
instrument.
Black Brian Belichick.
Is that your daughter, Gary? I thought it was my tinnitus.
No, it's my daughter. She's practicing. She's got, like I said, she's got a big audition tomorrow.
Is that how you guys pronounce it out there? Your tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yeah, tinnitus.
Oh, it's no, man. It's
tinnitus. Yeah, well, it's tomato, isn't it? Tomato.
Yeah, right.
Can I ask, have any of you guys seen the trailer?
Just go and bastardize the English language even.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, she invented the language. You can't.
The next time you say something like that, David, I need
Can I ask you guys?
On the bottom of the screen, can you just put the definition, please, so I can figure out what you're trying to say?
It's ringing in your ears.
Has anyone seen the trailer for Cocaine Bear?
Is it got Ray Liotta in it?
Apparently it's off a true story.
I don't need to see
it is a
the
true
movie
story
because
I want to watch the
I've
movie.
seen the trailer and that's it.
That trailer is.
It's the worst CGI bear. It's not even CGI. It's a dude in a fucking costume.
It's a fucked up
trailer.
trailer.
Out on the DVD. I want to see how they describe it. Because what description can you possibly give that will tell you more about the movie than the title of the movie? It's cocaine in a bear.
Right.
Is that a real story?
Yeah.
It is a totally real story.
I thought that was just a joke.
The awesome thing is to know is that at one
that's
point,
exactly what I did, Chris.
the world's most alpha predator animal.
My missus told me it was true when I was watching it, and I was like, fuck off. And she's like, it is. And I Googled it, and I did exactly what Chris did. I thought, rock on. I want to meet that bear.
No, you don't.
Lots of people see this movie because everything in cinema nowadays is like, Avatar 56, Marvel's 28th movie, or whatever. Like, Cocaine Bear is literally an original. It's based on a true story, obviously, but there's nothing like it.
No, and its title should win an Oscar alone. Cocaine Bear.
Like, what's it about?
Actually, that would be like a really
It's like
cool,
snakes on a plane, isn't it? What's it about?
That would be a really cool wrestler, to go up against the Ultimate Warrior. It's the Ultimate Warrior versus Cocaine Bear.
They would have done that in the 70s because they'd do anything.
Cocaine Bear has had 4 out of 5 knockouts in his round. Cocaine Bear versus Rowdy Piper.
All right, guys. I would like to ask you guys an actual question, and I would like you to take your turn to answer and not just talk over each other the way we've been going this entire fucking show. I want you guys to give me your predictions for the England-France match. Mr. Tom, are you ready to go for that?
Yeah, I'm going to say 1-1.
Let's go.
I'll say 1-1 because it suits my betting in the dark to go to extra time with an Mbappe goal involvement. So,
and the end?
Next. Yeah. Well, hopefully England, but
I'm not asking for your hope. I'm asking you for your prediction.
It probably won't be because England don't really get nice things.
God damn it, Tom! Give me your fucking prediction.
Well, France will win in extra time, probably.
There you go. Jesus, pulling teeth with this Cocaine Bear. All right, David, via Martin, you're up.
Okay, do you want heart or head or both?
My wife asks me that all the time, and she hates the answer.
Was your wife got a penis?
Oh, you know what?
He just went through that.
David,
he just wants what you think will happen.
She's a nice lady. Take that back.
Just
get
on
harder
with it,
head, a girl. Come on. Don't ask
a
me.
Nice lady.
It took 1 minute
that
for
if
this
you
to
don't
be.
want the answer.
Took 1 minute to go off the rounds. This.
Give me some head.
2-1 England. 2-1 England.
In regular time?
Of course. I don't want any of this extra time shit or anything like that. My nerves can't hold it.
All right,
2-1.
Mark.
Man. I look at the lineup that England might be able to present, but I look at the lineup that France has been sticking with. We've got Mbappe, we got Giroud. These are players that everyone is talking about. But are you talking about Hugo Lloris? Are you talking about Saliba? Well, Saliba isn't getting on the pitch. But who's the other guy I'm looking at that plays in the defense? And I can't remember his name right now. Oh, Rabiot. Rabiot has been Rabiot. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Rabiot,
I don't know everybody's name, but you know what? I'm going to call him Rabbit. That Adrian Rabbit, that midfielder, he's been playing pretty goddamn good. And I think that he is very key to what France does. And I'm very sorry, everyone in England. I enjoyed my time over there, and I enjoyed my time at meeting all you Arsenal fans and meeting all you Leeds fans. France is going to take care of you, and it's going to be 3-1.
Apology accepted. I really don't care that much.
I know you don't. That's the beautiful thing.
Right, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say 2-2 full time, and England win 3-2.
In extra time.
In extra time.
Game and a half.
Wow.
And I'm going to say it here, right, that Slabhead's going to score.
He's had a good competition.
Can you bottle those tears and send them to me for Christmas?
He's not faced a striker yet, and he's had a couple of dodgy moments.
Yeah,
he's
couple of shit passes.
He's not let us down. And look, I slate him enough because I think he's a fucking toss defender when it comes to playing proper teams and proper football. But he's not let us down, and he's come close to scoring. He's got an assist, so I'll give him his dues. I think he's going to score tomorrow. Simple.
Well, Ben, I think you got a shout there. As Mark and I talked about in our preview of the match, I think set pieces are going to be huge for this match, and it's something about not giving Kylian Mbappe any space during open play. So that means set pieces, he's going to be like on the starting blocks, ready to take off as soon as y'all fuck up a corner kick. But I think that means they will be willing to give you guys corner after corner after corner, which means Slabhead can score. So that's a good shout, at least from my.
But equally, Giroud is as dangerous on corners.
Yeah, but you guys aren't going to be like itching to give them set pieces.
No.
They will be happy to give you set pieces because on the counter, on the break is where they can find some love. So, all right.
I think the same goes for England.
Go ahead. What?
I think the same goes for England on the break. You look at the way they've been breaking in the goals. Once they get flying on the break, they're very, very dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Chris.
I think Cocaine Bear is going to maul 21 people on the pitch, except the fastest guy in the pitch, who's Mbappe. And then once all those folks are mauled, he's going to walk one into the net, 1-0.
No, it'd go for Mbappe first.
The cocaine bear would go for Mbappe?
Of course he would. He'd naturally know that he's the alpha male of the pitch.
You can't catch him.
Take him out.
Okay, 1-0 France.
Not meant to scream bears or anything, but
all right, Gary.
Yeah, I want a lot of fun, but I want my homeland or my birthplace to win. So it's gonna be 2-2, but England's gonna score late to just before the whistle and get out of there with the win and surprise everyone. Why not? I like chaos. So there you go.
Extra time or penalties?
I'm also I think I liked they finally put Foden out there to start, and that was pretty cool to see. So maybe hopefully they'll continue to do that. I don't know if Rashford works better with Foden, but I did like what I saw in the last match. So there you go.
So what was the final answer, Gary? 3-2 in normal time.
In normal time. Let's get this thing out of here.
All right. Well, I am going to go with a 2-1 win for, let me just say, Kylian Mbappe will score. He will find a way to get a goal in there. For Tom's sake, with the betting, I'm going to say a goal or an assist because I think Giroud might have something to say about that. Dembele might have something to say about that. France will get a goal, but Saka will get 2. And I'm going to go with a normal time, regular time, Arsenal beating France 2-1. I mean, England. Nah, fuck it. Arsenal. Fuck it. Arsenal winning 2-1. If you put Arsenal out there, we would destroy them. I'm sorry. But the only person who can stop Kylian Mbappe is Willy Saliba right now. I'm sorry. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, first.
Crickets.
First. There's the
Mbappe scored against Marseille.
There's the weight differential and the height differential. Mbappe is so much bigger than Saliba.
What?
Saliba?
What?
Saliba.
Yeah.
You mean when he's sitting on the bench? You mean, right? Yeah, when he's sitting on the bench, he is taller. Yeah, that's right. But
how big is Saliba? Enlighten me.
6'4".
William Saliba is 6'4".
Really?
Mbappe, I thought was 5'10".
Mbappe is 5'10".
I'm sorry. No, I stand corrected because I always thought Saliba was much smaller than that.
And Saliba has 42 pounds on Mbappe. So let's not talk about height and weight.
Is that truth?
Yeah,
is that real?
Mbappe's 161 and Saliba is 203. Saliba is a Rolls Royce because he has fucking chrome
slow
legs.
down. You don't need to pimp Saliba right now.
Yes, I do.
Mbappe is only is 165. Really?
No, 161.
Okay, now you're trimming hair. It doesn't matter.
Well, you're changing my words.
Are you thinking
I said 161. He's 161.
But
you make up whatever really, fucking shit you want.
I'm not making anything up.
Well, I said 161 and you said 165, so that's making shit up.
I was misinformed to think how big Mbappe was because he plays way bigger than his size. He plays way bigger.
Giroud 6'4".
Giroud is lanky. He's lanky. There's no doubt about that.
That's a big man.
I wouldn't call him lanky.
Lanky is a skinny man, like what you saw today with Weghorst.
Okay, well,
Giroud is 205.
Gary, you and I can have a different definition of what a lanky is.
Giroud is exactly the same size as
Saliba. Sean Bradley.
He's 6'4".
Sean Bradley is
205.
Oh my god!
Manu Bol.
No. Those guys are just freakishly large.
No, but I'm saying Giroud and Saliba are the exact same size, 6'4", 205.
Fantastic. Didn't know that. Now I'm educated.
Giroud isn't lanky. Giroud is a beast.
No. He moves like he's lanky.
He's a beautiful beast, though.
And like I said, I mean, it's a different definition.
Lawler
of
would love to make
means.
out with Olivier Giroud.
Lawler has made out with Olivier Giroud.
He definitely has made out with Olivier Giroud. We're calling it now on this show. Lawler has made out with
Pissing
Olivier
a poster
Giroud.
on the wall isn't really considered making out.
Neither
Giroud was kissing the poster of Lawler because he was a big crossfade fan. One day I'll be in the World Cup. That doesn't mean anything to y'all because you don't know Lawler's songs.
One day I'll be considered the best in the world.
Not Lawler.
Can I just say, Lolo, for
These
the
guys
first,
love Irish boy bands.
Yes, Ben.
For the first time up until the last play of the game, I actually enjoyed watching the Saints.
Jesus Christ. Don't talk to me about that.
The Saints are terrible.
Fucking awful.
If you want to jump on a bandwagon football team, you can join the Vikings.
Right.
The Vikings
they are more painful,
Saints,
right, than watching Leeds United will ever be.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ben.
Last
Ben.
quarter.
Lions.
You guys saw that? Did you see it?
Ben, you're
the Lions gonna beat the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You guys are really good, and you score a lot of points.
I'll text.
We're really good for a 5-18.
I don't know, man.
You should have come to the sanctuary of the Green Bay Packers, Ben.
I've started honestly, right. I've started just picking a favorite in each game. It's so much easier. I just watch whatever games on Sky, and I'll just pick a team I want to win. And Detroit are one of them. I picked Detroit for two reasons. One, because I love Eminem, and two, my friend in the middle there. So I'll always pick Detroit. I will always pick the Saints because
I thought you picked them because Gary looks like he's about to say "Mom's spaghetti" with that hoodie on.
I tend to pick the 49ers because of
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes Gary.
But can I just say the 49ers defense are just fucking awesome. They are. I love Bosa. He's solid.
No, man. Show. I mean, he's.
But back to my rant. I picked the Vikings because of you. I picked the Vikings because of you, sir, in the top corner there. I root for them. I don't know who I'm going to root for when they play each other. Luckily, thus far, I've not had any, other than the 49ers. The 49ers Saints the other week, I had to.
Either you ride with us or you don't.
No, I can't ride with the team.
You held your allegiance with the Rangers and Leeds. And,
I feel like the most unloyal NFL team supporter.
To be honest, man, come on, man.
I started my NFL career. I started with the Raiders. I started the Raiders because I always loved LA.
Oh,
that was when I was a kid. That's when I was a kid, and then I grew this fascination.
Did you watch the Raiders versus Baker Mayfield and the Rams?
No, because I went to Arizona in the Army. I changed my allegiance to the Cardinals, and then they were shit. And then I sort of fell out of love with it a bit. And then the 49ers bought Leeds, so I started watching it again. So they were my team, and then they let me down in the Super Bowl. So I sort of flirted a bit. Looked at New York, they were shit. They sold Beckham, and then I asked for a team, and they give me the Saints.
Fucking cancer.
They give me the Saints, and I'm not feeling it.
That was a bad idea, Ben.
I'm not feeling it, and I'm trying so hard. So I've just decided
there's no passion right now, Ben. There's no passion right now, Ben. When you come,
to say we didn't support.
Yep, go on, Lolo.
When you come to the States, we'll go down to New Orleans.
Yeah, my missus wants to go to New Orleans.
We'll spend a weekend in New Orleans, and then you'll be like, "All right, now I'm
who there?
I'm not a Saints fan. I'm a New Orleans fan."
Can I ask you just to repeat what you say when you see a stranger about his mama?
Oh, wait,
this is brilliant.
Well, there's
how your mama and them.
Yeah.
When you're walking down the street,
how your mom and them.
No, do it properly first.
When you're walking down the street It could be like the darkest, sketchiest street, and you see the sketchiest person walking towards you. As you get close, you look up and you look at them and you go, all right. And they'll say, all right. And that's it. And they won't rob you because you've asked a question and you've answered their question by saying, all right, all right. Now, if it goes further than that, if you happen to be like at a crosswalk or something and you're waiting to cross the street and somebody comes up and you go, all right, and they go, all right, and then it's kind of an awkward pause, you go, how you momming him?
How you momming him?
And they'll go, all right, how you momming him? All right. And then you go and you don't rob each other. Because you've said, how are you doing? I'm all right. How are you? I'm doing very well. How's your family? How's everything? They're good. How is your family? Very good. Thank you for asking. All right. Go on your merry way. But you've said, all right. How you momming him?
Can you do it as Sean Connery, please?
Brought to you by On the Stoop with Lolo.
That was brilliant. I love it.
New Orleans people. Next week,
if they're done,
I love it. It's different.
They done Highlander
from
in New
Dirty
Orleans
Jersey to tell us how to hit up.
No, but do you know, right? This is coming from what is known, right, as murder capital to the world right now.
That's
in
what
America.
I'm telling you.
And these are survival tactics.
Is Minneapolis,
Ben, I swear to God, if you're on a street corner in New Orleans in the dark and somebody walks up to you and you don't say anything, you will be
New Orleans has always been top 10.
And you know what? If you walk up to me and you don't say anything, I will rob you because I'll have to. At that point, I have to.
It's the rules. Is that the law?
It's the rules. It's your fault at that point.
Is that the rules of the street?
No, if you walk up to me and I go, all right, and you don't say anything, I go, I gotta have your wallet. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, you got to give me your wallet now. You said nothing. But
it's in the city charter.
It is in the city charter. John does research,
which could be found
long.
on the St. Charles trolley.
The St. Boom. No, and then if it gets into it, like if there's an awkward pause, you just go, "How you momming him?" You don't say, "How's your mother?" How's your mother and them?
How would an Englishman get on? Can I practice?
They'll probably.
Can I have a go? How's your mom and him?
No. How?
How? Your mom and him.
How your mom and him?
How your mom and him?
Or even how?
How your mom?
How your mom and him? How your mom and him?
How your mom and him?
New Orleans is like,
and they'll look at you and go. They'll probably say this to you, Ben. They'll probably go, "Where you from?" You're like, I'm from England, mate. But I was told to say, all right,
England.
And how your mom and them.
I'm from England,
and then
mate.
They'll go like,
with
all
right.
right. No, they'll probably be like, all right. Come back to my house. We're having a boil. We're having some food.
Can you Sean Connery it for Tom?
Please. All right. You walk down the street and you say, all right, how's your mother and them? It doesn't work the same way.
When you get smacked in the mouth.
How is your mother?
I don't care. The fact that you tried is what matters.
What my mother for? Like, why you talk about my mama?
I feel like New Orleans is. I've only been there once, but it's like the strangest like concoction of influences combined. I think that you've ever like. It's like no other place in this country. I don't know. It's because it's kind of French and Southern. And
right,
it's just,
and all the homeless people talk like.
Now the best thing, Ben, in New Orleans, they still do this. I was just in New Orleans like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah,
and I heard a homeless dude doing this old school bit to somebody. And what they do is they walk up to you and they go, "Hey man, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I bet you $5 I could tell you where you got them shoes at." And you're like, "Wait a minute. I bought these shoes in New York City. You'll never be able to tell me where I got these. Okay, mister. I'll bet you $5 you can't tell me where I got these shoes. And he goes, you got them shoes on your feet. And then they do this. Give me $5. And then they will not leave you alone until, and if the cops come up, you go, I made a simple bet with him and he lost the bet and he's not giving me my $5. And then the cops will side with them because you made a bet and you're welching on the bet. But that's a classic New Orleans. I bet you I can tell you where you got them shoes at.
I look forward to it. My missus has always wanted to do Mardi Gras, so obviously look.
Exactly, Alexander. It's
but do you know what it is? I also feel that if I had you and James, we could do Mardi Gras. If you get me,
I don't know about doing Mardi Gras with James. I did a weekend with just me and James, and it was.
Well, I should say you and James, or you or James.
I would like to make a suggestion for you.
Carry on, yes.
What I would like to say is, if you want to go to New Orleans and experience all there is, go for St. Patrick's Day. Because I was told when I was there for St. Patrick's Day that Mardi Gras is for tourists.
I understand that.
And St. Patrick's Day is for the locals.
He's a tourist.
I had such a good time during St. Patrick's Day that I actually believe that. So,
isn't it something called like?
Can I ask?
So if I can say, like, skip Mardi Gras and go for St. Patrick's Day, because I really think
Mardi Gras is obviously carnival, and I get that. Is Mardi Gras anything?
What'd you say? What were you going to say, Gary? Gary,
living in New York.
Let me switch everything over to Gary. Wait, hold on, everybody.
I thought the Jazz Fest in New Orleans is supposed to be really good as well.
There you go.
It's lower key than the Mardi Gras, but it's you got the music. You can always get the food.
Gary, I'll tell you all about Jazz Fest if you want to hear.
Can I ask though? Right, I think the appeal to her with Mardi Gras is obviously like the carnival. The dresses, the women dressed up, but is the carnival anything more extravagant than, let's say, the New York parades at Christmas and the floats? And
absolutely.
I think that's what she wants to experience.
One of them is safe for kids, and the other one's not.
Yeah, because she loves dancing and she loves samba and things like that.
New Orleans is safe for kids. You just gotta watch them because they'll get
kids. There's a
they'll get swept away.
But I get what you're saying with James, but I just meant for staying in safe areas and whatnot.
Mardi Gras, Carnival is something completely different. Carnival is a much more in Rio or somewhere is much more of a show. In New Orleans, Mardi Gras it's huge parades and floats and you dress up and tons of beads and it's tons of fun and crazy, but you don't have to particularly dress up. Like you wear whatever you can that you can pee easily, discreetly in because you're going to be drinking all day. And you bring a backpack with some beer. Exactly. Yeah. I can pee on that. Nobody notices.
Is that why Norwich always piss themselves?
Oh man, they don't though. They try. They just don't try in the Premier League because they know it's worth more money to win the championship than to come 10th place in the Premier League.
It's not enough Timu Pukis on the team.
Yeah,
Pookie power.
12th six-pack, 12th beer.
Are they coming back up again?
But Gary, can I answer your question?
I don't think so.
About Jazz Fest. If you like music and you like festivals, then Jazz Fest is great for you. Because Jazz Fest is in a contained area. It's like you got to pay to get in, you got to have a ticket to get in, and you got to wait in line for food, and you got to wait in line for the bathroom, and there's this stage and this stage and this stage, lots of music. If you're into that, it's awesome. the thing that young people love about Jazz Fest is you have your shows all day, and then at night you have New Orleans. So that's what they love about it. Is it's a crazy cool. It's not like going to a festival in the middle of New Jersey where you go and do the festival and then you drive home. This is we do the festival and now we walk to the French Quarter and we get shit-faced all night.
Yeah. So my first experience with Mardi Gras, we got there like lunchtime, and we went to a restaurant bar, and sitting there, had our lunch. Then the band started playing, and by that time, I'm gone. And at some point, I am directing the band. I'm telling them bring in the drums, bring in the guitar, bring in the horns, and they were just going with it. Had a lot of fun.
Now that's normal New Orleans. That is a normal day in New Orleans.
Yep.
That is awesome. That's why I tell people just what Mark was saying. You can go for Mardi Gras, but for me, I would prefer, and I tell people to go for Patty's Day because you have a normal Friday night, crazy New Orleans, as crazy as you want it to be. Saturday, there's parades just like Mardi Gras. And then Sunday, back to normal New Orleans. So, I don't know. We skipped the football talk somehow.
No, but guys, I've enjoyed the different chat. Look,
I've enjoyed this as well. But
it's been a show. It's been a bit of friction, but
I'm going to continue this conversation backstage.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to join us backstage, I can go ahead and put that up, John.
Yeah.
Here's the backstage link. Oh, John already did it. Here's the backstage link.
Can I add, Gary? Your daughter's got talent. I was impressed.
Yep. Good, man. It wasn't terrible.
And good luck. Good luck to her. Good luck to her.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Second that.
Tell her we're all rooting for her.
Definitely.
But guys, we're gonna end this show. We will see you guys tomorrow live before the England match at halftime and afterwards. I hope you guys are there to join us. Please join us and please tell any of your friends or
Jimmy,
if you have multiple YouTube accounts, please log in from all of those and join us from those. We will be live there. And if you guys want to join us on some of these, we can try to make that happen if any of you guys are interested. But thank you guys for joining us. Mark, Mr. Tom, Ben,
I'm washing my hair.
And Gary?
David.
Can you name everyone by the nicknames that Scooby gave everybody early?
Where are you going to be tomorrow?
The Cockney, the Villa fan. I was the only one he named.
Check us out at noon, 5 p.m. You guys on the UK. Me and Tom, and hopefully we'll see if Sam joins us. We'll be on.
So Gary at noon, I might be able to do that one.
Yeah, whenever. Like I told you, just let me know.
If you want us to join.
Yep, let me know. Yeah, we got space.
All right, much love, guys.
Yep.
We will see you guys. John, you're clicking the buttons. I'm not clicking the buttons. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for enduring our family drama this Friday night. We love you very much. Happy Friday. We'll see if England's bringing it home.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.